Delegates, in the way to Inverness on Thursday, I noticed an outdoor company called No Limits. Now, No Limits is a beautiful idea, and somehow it carries a bit more punch in the Scots. No limits to your ambition, your courage, your journey. No Limits sums up the spirit of freedom which many of us take from our magnificent landscape and which we wish for our society and for our politics. It's the same spirit that was reflected in the words of Charles Stewart Parnell. No man has the right to fix the boundary of a march of a nation. No man has the right to say to his country, thus far shalt thou go and no further. No politician, and certainly no London politician, will determine the future of the Scottish nation. So the Prime Minister should hear this loud and clear. The people of Scotland, the sovereign people of Scotland, are now in the driving seat. 20 years ago, when Scotland faced a previous Tory government, a cross-party group drew up a claim of right for Scotland. This is what it said. We do hereby acknowledge the sovereign right of the Scottish people to determine the form of government best suited to their needs, and do hereby declare and pledge that in all our actions and deliberations their interests shall be paramount. 20 years ago, we demonstrated for that right in front of an open-top bus in the Meadows in Edinburgh. But we had no Parliament then. The point is a very simple one. We have now that claim of right, and next month I will ask Scotland's Parliament to endorse a new Scotland's claim of right. The days of Westminster politicians telling Scotland what to do or what to think are over. The Scottish people will set the agenda for the future. Robert Kennedy once said, "The future is not a gift, it's an achievement." That's true for Scotland as it is for any nation. Our future will be what we make it. The Scotland Bill isn't even enacted yet it lies in the past, unloved, uninspiring, not even understood by its own proponents. The UK Government haven't even gone through the motions of considering the views of the Scottish Government, the current Scottish Parliamentary Committee, the last Scottish Parliamentary Committee. Total negativity to even the most reasonable proposal to strengthen the Bill's job-creating powers. The Respect agenda lies dead in their throats. This is Westminster's agenda of disrespect, not disrespect to the SNP, but a fundamental disrespect for Scotland. The Tories and their Liberal frontmen have even taken to call themselves Scotland's other government. A Tory Scottish government. I'll tell you, if Murdo Fraser thought such a notion was conceivable, he wouldn't be trying to disband the party. In contrast, fiscal responsibility, financial freedom, real economic power is a legitimate proposal. It could allow us to control our own resources, introduce competitive business tax and fair personal taxation. All good, all necessary, but not enough. Delegates, even with economic powers, Trident nuclear missiles would still be on the River Clyde. We could still be forced to spill blood in illegal wars like Iraq, and Scotland would still be excluded from the councils of Europe and the world. These things only independence can bring, which is why this party will campaign full square for independence in the coming referendum. We have the talent, the resources, the ingenuity. The only limitations are imagination and ambition. So give Scotland the tools, put the people of Scotland in charge, and see our nation flourish as never before. Let's build a nation that reflects the values of our people, with a social contract and a social conscience at the very heart of our success. The society, the country that Scotland desires, that Scotland believes in. It is not a country or a future on offer from the Tory government in the south. Even that one single institution, that one institution which really made Britain great, the National Health Service, is being dismantled in England. The Tories call it a big society. I call it no society at all. Remember the founding principles. We are committed to winning independence for Scotland, and we are pledged to the furtherance of all Scottish interests. Both are in our DNA. It is who we are and what we are for. It's what makes us Scotland's national party. And that's more than just a name, it's an attitude. Over these past 3 days at this conference, I've seen that passion, that belief in action. We are a party with a mission, because we know Scotland's cause is great and we know that Scotland's need is great. Let us be strong. Let us have our own debate about our own future on the timescale which was endorsed by our own people in May. And let's decide it in a proper fashion. Our task as a party is to convince the people of this nation that we can do better, to work at building a society which is not simply better than today's, but a beacon of justice and fairness to the world. And these things will come from hard work, from toil and from sweat. Look around you. Look at where we stand now. Tell me this was easy. It was not easy. It was 80 years of hard work. We stand where we do today because of generations before us, because of party workers and campaigners who never saw this day. And we shall prevail because we share a vision of a land without boundaries, of a people unshackled from low ambition and poor chances, of a society unlimited in its efforts to be fair and free, of a Scotland unbound. Nae limits for Scotland. Delegates, you know the bit about working harder than ever before? Well, there's a reminder of an agenda to finish today. So let's finish the agenda, work harder than ever before, and then win independence for our nation. Thank you very much.
Delegates, I'll give you a few minutes to leave the auditorium or stay in for the remaining agenda items.